Hi, this is Rick Warner, Sturdi-Built Greenhouses here in Portland. We're in our indoor display area here. As I've mentioned before, this display greenhouse, the big one, was built in the 1940s. It's a redwood frame structure. It's done pretty well for the last 60 plus years. But anyway, we're going to focus today on our Nantucket model. This was our original prototype for that model. It's an 8x12 Nantucket. It was designed in the late 90s to address the need for building a greenhouse with the doors and the sidewall. We had several customers that wanted their greenhouse configured that way. We didn't have a good solution, so this is a solution we came up with. Probably the main design feature to make that happen is making these sidewalls tall enough for the doors. And in so doing, we decided to make the front sidewall tall. The back sidewall is a little shorter, and it kind of has the salt box type architecture you see in New England. And that led us to the name of Nantucket, since we got Nantucket Island off the coast of Massachusetts there. So the doors were the main design criteria. Ended up with a fairly tall greenhouse. This is where we invented our roof overhang feature to keep the rainwater from dripping down the doors. So we added that to the front and the back, and it's a nice architectural design feature as well. We took the design elements from the Tudor model for the curved arches and the curved detail in the center bay. We added finials and a ridge scallop along the top, and so this greenhouse definitely has some real architectural detail to it. So in our Nantucket model, as mentioned, we have the doors in the front sidewall. We decided to go with double doors on this one to make it nice and big and feel open. So we have a door that is the main entry door. It's usually on the right like this, swinging in. And then we have a second door that can be opened up. So you have a large entry door here. It's good for moving big plants in and out, small dwarf fruit trees, large potted plants, so it gives you a large access to the greenhouse itself. On the inside of our Nantucket design, there's also a number of architectural features, including the interior gussets. These are the same kind of gussets we use on the Tudor. They add architecture and some strength to the structure. With all of our gardening greenhouses, we have overhead roof vents for natural ventilation. You can see this one is open today. It's about 70-75 degrees in here, so we're getting some nice ventilation. So we're letting the hot air off the very peak of the roof, like we do with all our greenhouses. And we're drawing cool air in through jalousie windows on this model. And those jalousie windows are put into the sidewall. You can see one here, and in this model, it's 8x12. We usually put 2 jalousie windows. Another nice feature about the Nantucket, and this is the first model we really learned this on, is the importance of height. And with the extra height, you can really layer your gardening benches. 2-tier benches work real well in here. Having a shelf up the end wall or the side wall gives you some extra shelf space there. And then you have a lot of space overhead for hanging plants as well. And so this has been a real favorite among many of my orchid customers for hanging orchids. With the Nantucket model, one of the design features that kind of came out of this is this is probably the model that most of our customers use that are trying to create an outdoor garden living type space, a space that they can go and relax and be among their plants, but be out of the weather. We have various bench layouts, and almost all our Nantucket customers arrange their benches a little different depending on what they're doing. In this display model, we've kind of shown an outdoor sitting area here at one end, and then kind of a standard bench layout here with a double-tier bench along the back side and a single-tier bench in the end. I've had customers do the double-tier benches on the end as well, a little higher. So it really depends on your kind of gardening and how you want the layout. To try to give you a feel for how our Nantucket greenhouse has worked out for various customers all over the country, let's take a look at a few of those. Let's start off by looking at a greenhouse we built for a customer in New Jersey. She built a brick base wall to match her landscape and architecture, and we built an 8x16 Nantucket frame to put on top. specializes in mums, so that's what she aimed for. But as you can see by the plants in these photos, that she does a lot of different kind of gardening in there. But you can see all the architectural details of her Nantucket, the double doors, the finials, the ridge scallop, and the overhangs, and how that all ties together and makes for quite a stunning looking greenhouse. One of our larger Nantuckets is located in Atlanta, Georgia area. This customer specializes in orchids. This is a 12 by 16, and that's about the largest size that we make the Nantucket in. We made this on a custom basis to fit a stone base wall. This is all glass glazing. You can see all the trees in the background that offer a lot of shade and diffusion for him. Here's some photos of the inside. You can see his orchid culture and what a nice place that's been for him to enjoy his orchid collection. Moving back to the west coast, I have this example. This is another 8 by 16 greenhouse. This is up on one of the islands in the Puget Sound, just outside of Seattle. And this customer grows quite a wide variety of plants. But as mentioned, he uses their greenhouse as kind of an outdoor sitting area as well. As you can see this photo of their chair and their plants and how the inside of the greenhouse looks. Finally, I'd like to talk about a couple of greenhouses we put up that have been used as outdoor kind of living space, gardening space areas. First is this example in the Bay Area, and this particular customer's immediate need was to house their hot tub. You can see the hot tub here on the side. You can see that the greenhouse is a very stunning looking and nice looking structure that's just right outside the back of their house. So their primary goal is the hot tub. The hot tub actually works pretty well with plants because it creates humidity, creates some heat, and then all that can be used for growing plants. And this customer has over the years added plant material as well, so it does a little bit of gardening, but like I say, is mainly for a hot tub enclosure. And then you can see this customer in the Seattle area, where this is, has outdoor furniture on the inside. You can see the two chairs, but still some plant material. So it's a really nice outdoor sitting area. When you live in the Northwest, like we do here, like we do in Seattle, having an outdoor space where you can go when it's raining out is really a nice feeling. Well, to summarize our Nantucket model, it is a model that has a lot of architectural detail. Of course, the doors and the sidewall being one of the key details. It's a great gardening greenhouse. I have customers that use it for growing all kinds of different plants, but it also ends up being a nice outdoor living space type structure as well. I hope you've enjoyed this summary and would consider a Nantucket greenhouse for your yard.